Hey, everybody that's joining. Welcome, y'all.
Hey y'all. I'm blind, so I'm watching it from the iPad too, so I can
So
see
you
the
can
comments.
read the comments. Okay, cool. Listen, we gonna make it work.
Yeah.
So how are you feeling today?
I'm great.
You
How are
good?
you?
I'm also good. I'm good. Yes. All right. Well, I'll start off with my introduction and then we're gonna get started. All righty. So I'm Riah, host of the 12 Women's Perspective podcast. This is season 3, episode 1, with my lovely guest, Miss Chrissy.
Hello. How's everybody doing? I'm kind of nervous. So.
It's cool. The nerves going wear off. Listen, you're going to forget you on the podcast in a minute. All right, so we're going to get started with our this or that questions. I'm sure you'll loosen up with that.
Yeah.
All right, so the people that's joining, y'all can also answer the this or that questions with us in the comments. All right, so the first one is fashion brands. Would you rather Fashion Over or Shein?
I'm heavy. I like both, but I'm heavy fashion over Sheen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Really? I be so shocked when everybody say that because I'm really like a Sheen girly.
So, but yeah, I like the quality of
Fashion
fashion over a little bit.
over better.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Sheen is definitely hit or miss, so I got you with that.
Yeah. I mean,
All right,
everything I did get from there was cool, but
cool.
yeah.
You really gotta look into all of the comments, like, and make
Right.
sure, like, and that can get nerve wracking at times.
Yeah, I just never mind. I just try to
Right,
look like
right,
it look like in the picture.
right, right, and that could be real irritating.
Mhm.
All right, so
Yo,
our
I'm
next.
looking at the comments from my iPad because I can't see, so we're gonna do it this way.
Yep. Are there let me see. I'm gonna start scanning them too. So I don't somebody said the glasses friend.
Straight down bottom.
Let me see. Let me see. Okay, we got some Fashion Novas in the
Yeah.
comment. Nova material is better. Yes. All right. So what y'all saying is I need to get on the Fashion Nova train. Pretty much. All right. So we're gonna move on to our next this or that question. So would you rather, this is hairstyles, braids or a weave?
Braids. I really hate weave. All weave. I'm not a weave girl at all.
Braids,
I'm
for real.
not a makeup girl, weave girl, any of that. So,
Oh, we wanted the same. I'm really not too big with makeup and
definitely not
stuff.
the wigs. I hate them. I hate the whole
The
wig
whole
thing.
frontal,
Yeah.
it's too much maintenance.
Mm-hmm.
It's way too much
Yeah.
maintenance. I feel you in it.
Mhm.
It's really seasons with me. So I'll wear braids a lot in the summertime because I'll be hot. Nobody got the time to keep
Yeah.
pressing out leave outs and all of that because I don't
Yeah,
do
I
the
wear my
wigs.
real hair out a lot, so either
Yeah.
that or braids.
Or the braids. Yeah, this or that. I'm the same too. Well, talking with weaving my hair now, but I usually do wear my hair out. Yes. Okay, we got some braids. So,
Like the
do you
braids.
have like a favorite style with your
All
braids
right. Anybody that know me just know my hair is always just out in the right. My
in the
real
braids?
hair is just part in the middle. That's my go-to.
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm a side part girly,
yeah,
but I always get a side part.
part in the middle.
Yes. Yes. That's what's up. All right. So, our next one is nail shapes.
Regular gel polish girl. Like I said, I'm not big on
Okay.
anything.
Are you
And
square or
yeah,
like
square,
do you get shaped squares?
yeah.
Hey, yo, okay. You
Uh,
is it just gel
yeah,
or do you do acrylic
gel.
sometimes? Just the
So
gel.
every like twice a year. That's it.
Okay.
I
Listen,
hate
I know that's right. And I know you
it.
saving money. Listen,
Yeah,
that should
I
be
hate
added
it.
up.
I'm regular $70 girl me. Yeah.
Yes, yes. I recently I started like the past few months. I've been on the press on wave.
Oh yeah,
Usually,
yeah.
yeah.
My
I didn't
girlfriend
think
I
that
had
they would be
that's
really, I didn't think they would be that sturdy, but if you put them on right, you can get a
right.
good 2 weeks out of it, especially
Yeah.
with the brand.
Yeah, I never really tried, but my girlfriend is big on
On the
those
press
and
on,
always nice,
yes,
yeah.
yes. All right. And our last one is social media platforms. Would you rather Instagram or TikTok?
Oh, Instagram. Instagram.
Same
I'm
here.
on here all day. Just scrolling. I do like watching a lot of I like TikTok for cooking.
Okay.
I learned
The
recipes from TikTok.
recipes.
That's it.
Yes.
But
I'm more of an Instagram girl too. I have a TikTok, but I'm barely on
yeah,
there.
I'm only going there if I need to look up something. It's like a YouTube for me now.
Or somebody sends you something, right? Then that's how I get
That's
on there.
all. I barely see. I see that weeks later. So.
Yep, I bet you wouldn't either. All right. Well, we broke the ice with our episode. You're doing great. Wait, somebody said
My
MySpace.
face. Oh, he's old. That's my brother. He
Really?
old as me.
Yo, I never had a MySpace. Like I never had a
Oh
MySpace.
yeah. No, I.
My first social media was Facebook.
Yeah. Yeah, I was MySpace girl.
Yeah.
So.
Yes.
Hey, my daughter wants to sit here to the side and she's trying to get in. Say
Oh, hey.
hi, Mama.
Oh,
Hi.
hi. She like, listen, I'm gonna get my few
I thought
minutes in here.
say hi.
Oh. Okay, cool. So we're gonna get started with our questions.
Okay.
All right. So the first question I have for you is, well, I guess you can actually share your story. We'll start off with that.
All right. So basically I'll be it's people that's on here that's watching me that know I'll be coming up on a year clean from alcohol on January the 2nd.
Yes.
Now this year clean being from years. I'm talking about from me being about 15, 16. Like that's really when my alcoholism started. Really when I started really noticing things about alcoholism. So I had went to jail for a while, and while I was there I was in a program called the TC program. And like while I was in the program I just kept I was getting in trouble in their life, so I was getting kicked out and kicked out. But every time that I would go to the program
Mhm.
I learned something. Like I was learning so much. I was coming back on the campus in the jail and I was sharing stuff with everybody else. I was
Yes.
talking, like I was finally realizing, like, damn, these people were probably talking about me. I probably am an addict when I'm home. And I just started noticing a lot of stuff from there.
Mhm.
But as always with different, almost every addiction, that didn't stop it. I mean, I came home. I was there for an alcohol related crime, and that still didn't stop me from. I came right home to the same thing. I came.
Mhm.
You would think, coming home that would change me. Like it's like it just got worse and worse when I came home. So I started having a lot of just different days. Like while I was out drinking, a lot. I just kept questioning myself certain times. Like, and this was like, wow, I never did this before. I never
Mhm.
cared about how I looked while I'm drinking. How I did a lot of messed up things in my life, and I just never cared about it. So now I'm like, certain days we out, and I'm just like, I just don't belong here in this bar no more. Like I just
Right.
don't, like this is old. This is tiring. I just started getting tired a lot, and I started
Mhm.
falling back from things a lot, and it just was like I'm just done.
Right.
And it still was just like, you could tell yourself with alcoholism, you could tell yourself this a million and one times. I have told myself this so many times. I'm tired. I know, just like it's probably other people out here, that we wake up with these hangovers and I swear to God, I'm not
So
gonna
damn
drink.
hang up. Right.
I'm not gonna end this over and over and over. And it's like, girl, you just not tired yet. And
Right.
I had remembered something one day. Something from the program actually.
Wow.
And I remember when the girl was telling me, like, she was like on dope and coming off of dope and stuff, and she was telling me, like, it
Withdrawals.
really is a thing. It's like a spiritual awakening. And
Right.
she's like, don't think about it as God or law or anybody. Don't think of it in the
Is
religious
that?
way. Like,
Mhm.
she like, just know when you're ready, like something really will happen, and you're gonna know when you're ready.
Mhm.
And I'm like, I remember hearing this so much. People hit rock bottom.
Right.
And I'm just like, stuff happened to me, and I still don't stop. So when the hell is
When
my
is you're gonna? Yeah.
spiritual awakening? I
Right.
didn't believe. So I stopped. I just stopped believing in anything AA, anything quitting. I'm just like, I just like to
Mhm.
drink. It's not a
Right.
problem. Um, then one day I actually did have the spiritual awakening. I was coming out of I had twins, and
Okay.
I was in a real bad postpartum depression.
Mm.
And I don't know, that's just what did it. When that clicked in me, I just
Mhm.
actually really stood there, because a lot of people ask me this question, and y'all ask how I stopped. And I want to just put it out there, like it really was just, I had to go in front of the mirror one day, like,
Mhm. And face yourself. Like
are you
sometimes it's
serious?
hard to do.
Are you serious?
Mhm.
Like, it's like, this is what this is something that affected my life, all my life.
Mhm.
All my life. I got into things. I started going to jail and going to all off of alcoholism. A lot, every bad thing that happened to me in my life
Mhm.
was with
The
alcohol.
alcohol was the common denominator.
Every single thing it was.
Mhm.
So it just was like, this, like, it gotta stop. But I wanted to put out there that when it does stop, because I don't feel as though people take this as serious as, say, like a drug addiction or
Right.
us being from the hood. And, we have so many bars that we're able to walk right to
On
the
every,
corner. We're
yep,
in the bar.
right in the corner.
Every day we on Instagram, it's a flyer. Oh, this liquor came out. This liquor come $2 Tuesday. This and this.
Yeah.
In a world where this is so glamorized, it was like, how do you just stop without seeming like a weirdo, without
Right. Because it's so
you
such
know,
a social thing, right? That
yeah.
was going to be one of my questions. I'm glad you're talking about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was like the big thing. I was just like, like how, like where to start. And then
Mhm.
I feel like I'm getting a little emotional.
Oh, and it's
I,
okay. Oh, I'm so proud of you. And then coming up on that 1 year, you giving a lot of people hope too. I see somebody in the comments now like they tried stopping, but I'm sure after this episode and just hearing your testimony and your story about how you were actually able to overcome it, because it is something that's hard to do. So
mm,
I really do commend you just coming up here and just sharing your story. And I know it's going to help somebody.
yeah,
It's
and
going to
that's
help somebody. Because most people are, they don't want to address it, and they do feel as though they do have a
and
problem.
that's
So just
what I
hearing
want to
you,
say.
hmm
That's what I want to say. Like, it's very important to address it,
yeah,
because when you do get to the point where you're done and you at your rock bottom and you want to stop, I'm letting you guys know it doesn't just work like that. We think, oh, I'm doing this and I'm just going to stop. No, that alcohol for me was a whole lifestyle. The whole
right,
lifestyle that came with alcoholism was
right,
me. So when I stopped, the first 3 days, it's like I'm good, I'm good, I'm good. Within a month, I was like in the house going crazy. Like I'm like I'm changing. I don't really know who I am, because
a new
I
person, like a
spent
new
so many
identity.
years being this person
Hmm.
that I never really was. So I'm
Of
learning like
course.
a whole new. I'm learning how to, even down to the way I talk. I still find myself talking as I would if I'm drunk. My words
Hmm.
slurring. I have some health issues.
Right.
Um,
That does bring it up.
so
Yeah.
a lot of things have alcohol has really affected me, but I'm just here to let it be known that if you are a person that's like me, it is definitely possible to stop. Like
To do
I
it.
haven't had a sip of anything since January 2nd, not a sip of wine. I didn't want to do the wine,
Right.
nothing. I still would hang in the bars. I go and drink cranberry juice and a
Mhm.
Red Bull or something. I still very much have addictive ways.
Okay.
I still will go because alcoholism is forever. You are an alcoholic forever. You
Mm-hmm.
have to know that you are definitely an alcoholic forever in recovery.
Hmm.
So I had to keep telling myself I still have the ways I will go to the bar. I have to order something just to have something in my hand. Sometime I get still like shaky, real nervous. I got a bad like switch in my eyes and stuff. Sometimes like,
I
and
mean,
I know that all of this is from
yeah,
alcohol.
that those
Uh,
right, those effects of
and
it.
I just want to put it out there that it is something that definitely should be taken serious. It's
Hmm.
we think that we just going to have a drink or two, and
Hmm.
that's what it was for me. And then when it becomes you're doing this to suppress this, and
Right.
something happened, so you're doing it. You're drinking. It even turned into one time for me where okay, it's Wednesday, so we just like it just became bad, and that can definitely happen. And we don't want to put alcohol too much on the back burner, and thinking that any one drug is more
Right.
important than the other.
Because people will do that. I
Yeah.
find that a lot. You hear that a lot. Yeah.
And it's actually a thing like where how can I say, somebody told me like I would just see like a lot of my nevers, had came through
Hmm.
for alcoholism. I also want to put out there, if you because I'm not going to say that just don't drink. I'm not that person. I'm not.
Hmm.
Some people actually can drink
Right.
and they're fine. I wasn't. I'm a blackout artist. That I am the blackout girl. Anybody that
Hmm.
knows me will tell you like I'm just not a person that could drink.
Hmm.
It just don't work well with me. In no time I try to do it. So I just had to keep telling myself like I have to let that be known. Like it's okay. But when you start finding yourself doing things that you
Hmm.
normally wouldn't do, it's becoming a problem.
That's a problem. Yeah, that's a sign. Like one of those signs that I'm sure a lot of people just don't think nothing of.
No, I didn't. A lot of things it just was like you think it's just so normal, like standing in a corner bar at 10 o'clock in the morning, 12. Everything becomes normal, and like I said, it's a whole lifestyle. So this is something that I'm fighting to. I'm fighting to come up out of a whole lifestyle, something that
Right.
I knew for more than half my
Yeah.
life. And
That's
I'm
difficult. I'm sure it's hard.
yeah, at this age, I'm finally like finding out, like, I never was this person,
Right.
and I'm finding out how to deal with all these emotions and things that I never even knew I had. I never
Hmm.
even knew I cared about certain things. So
Right.
you when you do if you do decide to stop, and you do, I would definitely advise probably some medical attention,
Hmm.
therapy. I do not advise people to just try to stop. It's not a thing that's easy.
It's not going. Yeah.
It could
Especially
very
since
well
it's so routinely.
Yeah, it could very well lead to other addictions, a bunch of stuff. I have my children, so I think that's like
The saving grace.
another push that
Yeah.
just makes I have to keep
Hmm.
going. And I have like a great support
Yeah.
system, family, things.
I can tell by just everybody here, and I'm loving that because really, not so many people understand that. Like you can do a lot when you have a great, solid support system that's pushing you. Like even when you're most vulnerable, like no, you got this.
Yeah.
And I'm just seeing all of that here. My heart is just like yes, I love that. Shout out to the support system. Like really, y'all do mean a lot.
And it's also because a lot of this I feel like I did do publicly, so I want to address publicly. I think when you first stop, like I said, you going into a whole nother person. You turning into, and I had this happen to me. I had a friend that was my drunk partner, and when I got locked up, when I came back home, she was already stopped drinking.
Okay.
So she was on this sober path, and she was trying to get me to stop drinking, but I just didn't like the way I feel like she was like. I just always felt attacked,
Okay.
like she
Yeah,
was.
you don't want to. Yeah, I can see how that can be. Yeah.
I found that when I got sober, I did the same thing to a lot of people.
Mm.
You definitely have to realize that everybody is not going to be on your path. Everybody's not going to be ready
And
to. You can't
accepting of it.
like push your friends away and push your support system away
Hmm.
while you're going through that. So that's a big lesson that I learned. Like
Yeah.
you have to just take this sobriety and learn how to do it your way.
Right. I do love that you said, like how you felt as though to you it felt like an attack, but you noticed when you started to do that, it sounded like you stopped because some people may not be ready,
Yeah.
but it's good. I like that you share with them. And, give them some grace to say, hey, like, you can
Yeah,
do it.
I learned that a lot. And also another thing in sobriety, when you are getting sober and trying to get yourself, you lose a lot of friends, a lot.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
lose
Because
a
they
lot.
not what you want right now. It's different.
Yeah, I first had to realize, like, a lot of people, it was just like, I think if we never were drunk together, we never would have even
Hmm.
been friends. And
Right.
that was like a lot of my relationships. So sobriety in itself is very lonely. It's very lonely. Because like I said, you really finding yourself all over again. So you are basically like pushing people away, like not intentionally, but you're trying so hard to find yourself that
Hmm.
you'll notice that with time that people just fall off and people fall off. And it's really okay because you have to really be by yourself to get through this. I tell everybody every time with
Hmm.
alcoholism, I have to give it to you as straight as I can because I was an alcoholic.
Hmm.
It's not I'm gonna wait till this day. You have to really just want it.
Right.
This is something that you have to just tell yourself one day, like, I'm up today. I'm just not doing it.
Right.
The alcoholism is a hard one because we don't think it's that bad.
Right.
It's bad.
Until it really gets that bad. And
Yeah.
like you mentioned, just one of the things, then you got, people will have health complications and, liver problems. And
Right.
when you're young, I feel like when you're really young, you outliving, you drinking or whatever, but you don't understand the long-term effects it can have on you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's so much, I feel like, especially in the Black community, it's so much of a social thing. So like,
Right.
I know for me, sometimes I'll be like, damn, I went to happy hour quite a few times. Like, and
And
I'm the person, like, yo, if my hangovers be terrible and I already get migraines, so I'm like, damn, now I done lost the whole day because I'm out of, like,
right.
I'm trying to get back.
Yeah.
So it's just, I'm sure it can be a lot for people that, like every other day, it's like, I'm going to go get a drink.
And then the every other days become every day,
Mhm.
and the every day becomes every couple hours, and then now you just
Mhm.
doing things and saying certain things and even making up lies to. My brother's on here right now, and I had to tell him the other day, like, I used to really lie to you. Like, can I run to the store? Can I? I was that addicted to alcohol. I'm running to go chase alcohol and stuff like
Mhm.
that. And when I think about all that now, just the whole way I moved with it,
Yeah,
it's just like
it's
wow,
different.
wow.
Yeah.
And I I need people to know that it's serious to the point where I'm willing to expose everything about myself and willing to you just to help the next person
Yes.
not go through what I went through.
Because I'm sure you are. I can tell. Like just some of the, I know we deep into it, and I'm loving the way the
Yeah,
conversation
this
is
is
flowing. It's
definitely
some people that's commenting, yes, and you giving them
yeah,
hope
yeah.
because they
It's
might,
really,
don't they probably don't know where to start, but I know it makes them feel good to know, hear your story. Like, damn, okay, this is something I'm actually going through right now. I didn't know where to
yeah,
start or
yeah.
where to start, but she can actually relate to me and she can help me out, or
And that's
let me
what made me
know.
want to do it because it was like when I first started posting, like I said, I first started posting like I'm getting sober, and I would be like 7 days, 14 days, and my regular folks was writing me like I'm proud of you. Then
Yes.
it started being like people that I know, like the probably a lot of the popular people that people know, and they was writing me like I really need help with this,
Right.
and can you call me? And I sat on the phone with hours with
With
strangers.
strange.
And
Wow.
people, and it's just like, and
Wow.
I'm in school for human services. I do want to be a drug and alcohol counselor.
Yes.
So it was like, okay, well, bet this is the start now. While I'm in school,
Yep.
I'm just going to talk to these people, and I will always come back and tell my brother like the stories and
Yeah.
how I'm like, this person wrote me, this person called me, and it
Right.
excites me, and I just want everybody to know that I'm here, but we gonna get it raw coming from me because I need people to understand
Right.
how serious.
The reality of it. Yeah. And it's not, it don't sound like it's not going to be nothing easy to do.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's something that I'm fighting every single day. But I really don't know what. That's the thing. It's a question that everybody I'm fighting. I don't know how. My how is the how that I took from when I read that book when I was in that program in jail.
Mm-hmm.
It kept saying how, and they how was honesty, open mindedness, and willingness. And I kept telling myself, like, if I'm going to start this and I'm going to help somebody, for one, I have to come here and be totally honest.
Yeah.
My name is Chrissy, and I am a ex drug addict and ex alcoholic.
Mm-hmm.
I want to get more into that because there was drugs involved in a lot of things too, and that's something I want to get into later on as well.
Okay.
And then I had to be open minded. I had to listen to other people, and I had to read different things and learn different things because when I do put information out there, I don't want to be giving anyone like I'm not a doctor or any of that, so I didn't want to. And then the willingness, it just was like, am I willing to go out of my way? Yeah, I definitely am because I feel like honestly, I feel like some days I shouldn't be here. So I'm here still for a reason, and
Yes, you
I feel like
are.
those
Absolutely for a reason.
others will not go through that, and not feel like they're alone if
Yeah.
they are
Yeah.
struggling.
Because I'm sure there are a lot of people that do feel alone and feel like it's no hope to actually get clean from it. And that's why they were reaching out to you because it's like, damn, she's giving us the real authentic her, like letting us know like the things that don't always look pretty. On social media, everything that looks like perfect is
They don't
glorified,
even
right?
know
But they don't really show us.
no,
Yeah, they
they
don't
don't.
show us. Yeah. So the fact that people can relate to, I'm sure that's why they were reaching out to you. Like, listen,
Yeah.
I need
Yeah,
you to
it's
like
crazy.
let
It's
me
like
know.
every couple of days I get like this is how I know that I have to be here for people because I know I need every couple of days I'll just pick up my phone and I call like a random friend that I have a random
Mhm.
and I just bust out crying because it's like, bitch, you really almost at a year.
Yes.
Like
Yes.
this is something that I can't believe even every time I say it, it's like what?
Right.
Like I could
But you did it though. Yes.
it's, it's it's really like major. I know I'm gonna cry so much that day just because this is like a birthday or something for me.
Yeah.
It's like this is
Yeah.
something
And you
that
should
I
celebrate that. Yes.
yep. And I feel like I was like more so. Now I wouldn't say embarrassed. I'm not embarrassed. I'm an open book.
Yeah.
Really,
People go
but
through shit all the time. You just brave enough to come and share your story. That's gonna help. I'm sure, and countless people. Like really.
yeah. So we just gotta know that you have to take it serious when if you start to feel.
Mhm.
Like I said, I'm always here for anybody. I don't care who you are. We could have fought 8 years ago. Whatever. If you need me, I'm here.
Wow, that's such a
Because I
blessing.
do know how to pick up the phone and talk to people. I had people tell me I talk to them all the things, and
Mhm.
so I know this is where it gotta go.
Yeah,
Like,
that's so dope and decent. I'm loving it. And that you're willing to help the next person
yeah,
too.
yeah.
Like, listen, you can do it. Like, you can get it done.
Mhm.
That's so dope. So I know you mentioned. So did you do any other like once you did come home? Did you do any programs?
No, so I'm not. That's another thing. A guy that I know, I've been to AA like a few times, and a guy that I
Okay.
know from AA, he used to tell me like, don't let them push this on you. Like
Mhm.
everything is just not for everybody. Like I said, I was the all in the mud, fighting, rolling on the ground, broke my tooth,
Like you was really,
lost my mind,
yeah.
blackout type of drunk.
Hmm.
So for me, I had to stop hardcore. Like it was like how you go in it is how you actually have to get out. You'll find it. Like
Hmm.
I went in hard, so I felt like I had to come out hard. It was I had to sit here in my
Hmm.
own whatever I was
Yeah.
in. I had to fight through this, and I do it every day. I'm fighting through it every single day. Like every day I'm here, and I'm at work, and I'm on school or whatever, and I'm like,
Yeah.
but inside, this is something that I'm fighting. I've been fighting demons
Right.
for
Right.
years. The alcohol.
Yeah.
And I'm whooping his ass, and that's all.
You are,
Like
period.
right now, that's all.
Period.
That's all. That's what keeps me going now. Like every day now, it's just like, bitch, you ain't drink again.
Right. Look at
You
that.
didn't drink again. You
Yeah.
right here at this deli, at this bar with these people, and you
And
got
you
a
didn't
fucking
drink.
cup of cranberry juice.
Yes.
At a bar that you done broke all the ceilings down in before.
Wow. But that,
Um,
just look at the strength though. The fact that you up here with it and you able to go in there and have a cup of just cranberry
yeah,
juice with some ice.
I
Like
really
that's so much strength. And you should be proud of that.
And
Like
like
you
I
really
said,
should.
and that's something though I still address to people too because now I know other people that are stopping and they do the same thing. That's not for everybody either because in addiction it is people, places, and things.
Hmm.
And like I said, I'm only still in those places because I am still an addict, and
Right.
I'm going there to still get my little bit of. All right, I know I can't touch the alcohol, but at
Hmm.
least I'll be here to still feel the atmosphere, and still
Yeah.
that is still very much a part of addiction. So,
Yeah.
like I said, I'm here still fighting through it.
Right.
It's steps. So everybody might not be able to quit how I'm
How
able to
you
quit. So, like I
did,
said,
yeah.
I'm not a doctor, and I don't want to put that information out there.
Hmm.
But if that's the way that people would like to, I can help with that. I can tell people exactly what I do every
Right.
day. So
Right.
that's all
I
I
mean, and
can
then
say.
everybody is like you. Everybody is going to be different, but in the steps that they need to take. But I just think so many people are like scared to just like admit like, hey, I do have a
Yeah,
problem. You know what I'm saying? And so the fact that you accepted it, like, listen, this is what it is. I know this is the problem I had, but like I can show y'all how I did it.
right.
And then somebody can probably come along and mirror what you did. And they might have to add in three more steps for
Yeah,
them.
right.
Like it's
So
different.
yeah, it's everybody's, but the overall thing is it has to because it's like it's not really real. You want it addiction coming out of addiction is something you're going to know. Like I
Hmm.
said, I still to this day can't really like explain what it was, but will click something
Hmm.
really clicked,
Hmm.
and it just happened. So that's you got to get there, and sometimes you have to push yourself there. You have to
To get,
keep
yeah.
telling yourself it's enough,
Hmm.
um, and that's only if you wanted to be enough. See, I was tired. I was already there. Like I'm 34, but in the alcohol world, I'm about 80. Like I said, it's a whole lifestyle. It comes with a bunch of things that a lot of people you may be shy to come out about it because they don't want to expose that part
Yeah.
about you do strange things off alcohol. You do
Right.
you in a whole nother world
But you
of
always
alcohol.
hear when people say, like, I think again, it sucks to say, but in our community, you hear like, damn, this person done blacked out off the do say or some shit, or
You know
like
what's
the
bad?
yeah,
No, what's
and it
bad?
might be a joke, but it's like, no, this shit is real.
What's
Yeah,
bad is when it becomes normal. What's bad is when you come in the bar and it's like certain bartenders and everybody they already know like
and with your drink and what
you
you get
sipping.
in.
I
Yeah,
had bars where people had sticky note. One of the bartenders on here had sticky notes in there. Like I was only allowed to get this many drinks because I was going like sort acting crazy
yeah,
after that.
before.
It was
Yeah,
so normal to so many people that know me. It was like, oh, that's just Chrissy. She just the drunk. She drunk. That's what she do.
hmm,
So you also have to be tired of that. Why the fuck do I want to keep everybody know me as this drunk
right.
girl? Nobody even knows me as nothing else because I didn't even know myself as
It's yeah,
anything else.
yeah,
I was fine. I was comfortable. I was content. If to this day, if I could drink every day, all day, I would. I love it. That's my
right,
thing. That's where I feel the most comfortable. I just know that I can't, and that's what saves me.
right,
That's what
right.
saves.
That's so dope to hear. And shout out to everybody in the comments showing love. I love that. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So being as though I know you said you do still sometimes go to the bar. How long did you have to stay away from that? Like early on when you first started? Because I know it's so much of a social thing. So I'm 37 to
Yeah.
34. I'm 33. So it's like, all right, then we'll go to happy hour with my girlfriends, or I'm gonna go here.
Yeah.
It's so social.
I didn't have to stay really hold on out of the bar because for real, the bar was never really my problem. It like I said, I know people that could drink. I might go to the bar with my regular friends that drink,
Mhm.
and it's the what I do once I'm activated from the bar. Now I'm sneaking away and trying to find other places they got liquor, and
Gotcha.
now I'm calling somebody on the side. Can you grab me a bottle? And can you or where the
Mhm.
after hour at? And I was that type of drunk. So
Okay.
it, I was real alcoholic, sneaky girl.
Mhm.
Like I didn't want to show off. I did show off at the bars, but I didn't do as much in the bars as I was in the other
Right,
outside
like
type alcohol.
when you would leave, yeah. Once
Yeah,
the bar's
so
over, yeah.
yeah, so it was like it was just never a party done with me.
Mhm.
Never a party done, and that was the problem. I just didn't have a term. If we started at 10 o'clock, we going to keep going until 10 o'clock tomorrow because we got matched the time. It was crazy. Like
Wow.
it was really, and you really make these excuses like,
Hmm.
oh my god, I lost my job. Fuck it, let me get drunk. Oh my gosh, this person died. I'm gonna
Right.
get drunk.
Just finding a reason. Yeah.
Everything is a reason. Oh, I had a friend that told me, she said, you always say we be talking and it's just like, hooray, it's Tuesday, let's get drunk. And it really was like that really had became my life. I wasn't working. I don't know how I survived all that
That's pretty
time.
much like all you knew. Yeah.
I really don't know how I survived all these years. Like anybody that's watching me, that's my folks, like needs to know that it was like a whole nother being there. Like I did that couldn't have been me living that work, but it was.
Right.
Unfortunately, it
And it was
was.
your lifestyle at that moment, like for
Hmm.
sure. But now you got this new identity. Listen, about to come up on 1 year of being. Listen, I love it.
I'm so like this is like a big accomplishment. This is a big accomplishment
Yes.
because, like I said, I was an alcoholic. So in alcoholism, you try other things. I tried different drugs. I've never had a problem quitting anything in my life. That's number one. Anything from guys to drugs to girls to whoever.
Right.
Anything that I wanted to quit, it's like, all right, I don't have to do that. Alcohol was the only that's another thing that helped me. It makes me so mad that I was really a slave to a bottle of liquid, like
Right.
a slave, like
Hmm.
chasing it. Court cases, messed myself up so many ways,
Hmm.
and I'm still going. With drugs, it'd be like I could get drugs and something bad can happen, and I'm never touching that again.
Right.
I'm fine, but
Right.
no matter how bad it got with alcohol, I just couldn't stop. Like it, I
It
thought so.
was
I
constant. Like
really
that
thought
was
I
the
was never.
consistent thing.
Yeah,
Yeah. Wow.
yeah. So that was like the only thing in life for me that was hard. Like
Mhm.
that was yeah, that's what it is. Quit alcohol was definitely the most hard thing I ever done. The most hard thing.
Mhm. That's so dope. To everybody that's joining too, y'all can start dropping questions in the comment section. We're gonna also answer the questions too throughout the
Yeah, or you might
episode.
not read the questions. I'm blind, y'all. So go ahead now.
I got you. Right now, it's just still all of the love. Throw it in there. Everybody's saying they're so proud of you.
Thank y'all.
These comments is coming in. I'm gonna scroll. I'm gonna have to try to scroll back up so we can read them.
Because the iPad been down. Mamas. All right, so I'm gonna just turn the screen off 1 second so I can read.
Okay. And I'm trying to make sure my other phone is charged here.
Oh, I don't even know how.
Okay. Somebody said, "What's up, cousin? Yo, I'm gonna butcher your ad names. Please don't come for." I be looking like, damn. All right, what they say?
Hold on. My kids are going crazy too, so I'm just trying to really get away from them.
Oh, it's okay. The beautiful
I
babies.
thought that's what I could do. I could sit in the dark for a while so I could squint and read some stuff. See how blind I am. Thanks, everybody. It's not letting me scroll back
Yes.
up.
Blanco said addiction can be real. People, that's right. Fight your demons. Yes, because ultimately that's what it is. And I
Very
just
much.
love that Chris, you being so upfront and honest about it. And this is real and raw. And you showing people and giving people hope that you can overcome it.
Yeah, and that's what I said about the how thing. That's why that always stuck to me because it's like if you go in being honest and then you open minded about different things and then you willing to put it like that goes. That's perfect.
Right.
Like that, it's nothing you really can't conquer with that type of attitude.
Yes.
And I only wanted to speak about this when I got to that point.
Hmm.
Now that I'm at that point, it's like it's nothing that I'm afraid to talk about. It's nothing that I wouldn't say or do to help somebody not have to go through what I had to go through. Absolutely not. And like I said, people can hit me up on the back end. We either way, however it goes, because I just don't want nobody else to get there.
Yes. That's dope. Okay. So I'm gonna read the questions as they come in. They moving fast. So the first question I see is, when did you say, "All right, bitch, enough. Enough is enough."
Um, I told you it was like it was okay. So I'll tell you, I'll give you the full story. Like I said, with the alcohol addiction, sometimes comes drugs and other things, and I actually have resorted back to sometimes doing a drug that I had done back in. I'm not really ready to fully share that part yet, but
Mhm.
I had went back there,
Uh-huh.
and it was like just one certain spot that I would go to. So I was there, and on New Year's I just partied real hard last year,
Uh-huh.
really really hard, and I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna just go in today. And on the second, I was like leaving from that place that I was at, and
Mhm.
I was in the Uber, and I just bust out crying in the Uber 7 o'clock in the morning on my way home. And I was so high, y'all. I was so high. I was
Mhm.
so drunk, and I just bust out crying. And I was like, yeah, like I'm done. Like I'm never going back there. I'm never,
Right.
it just was what it was. And for that first week, I just like stayed in the house. And my people that know me, I like kind of let them know, like, I'm burnt out. I'm
Yeah,
tired.
this is
I
what
just
I'm
need to
doing.
really be left alone for a second because I
Right.
like it was just something I had to do. Like I
Hmm.
told myself that day, like this is the last day you walking out of this damn crack house. Like like if this is
Yeah.
what alcohol has gotten you to,
Right.
like it's
That
you
was
have to stop.
your bottom. That was your
Yeah,
rock bottom.
yeah.
That was like, yeah, like that's it.
Yeah,
That's
and
enough for
because it
me.
was like I already wanted to come off of the alcohol, and I very fast found out that you could easily get right into another addiction because you're trying to still feed that alcohol addiction. You're
Right. And I
still
know
trying to.
sometimes you do hear a lot of people like, damn, if they smoke some weed or something, like, okay, I want to drink. Like, I want to drink. This is what I want to do. So sometimes I know alcohol can go hand in hand with other things. And again, it's so much of a social thing. Like, all right, it's
Yeah,
Friday, it's the weekend. Like, what I'm getting into.
yeah. So I see. How do I cope with being sober? Like I said, I'm still very much in the like come in a addiction. So I wouldn't say that I've really found too many ways to cope. I don't really know what I like to do anymore. Like people might find that weird because like people that know me, y'all know me as this outgoing, loud. I'm really not that person. I found out so fast. So I'm not really in tune with what I like to do right now. So I'm just really taking it day by day as of now. I don't really have too many things that I do to cope with it. I just go and keep telling myself that I have to go. So that's my only coping mechanism really is like being aggressive with myself.
Right.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's hard to do.
It's
Oh,
very hard
like,
to do.
so I commend you for that for sure.
And how do I handle parenting with a newly
Right.
sober
With
mind?
newly
I'm
sober man.
screaming at these kids all day, every day. I got 3-year-old twins that and a 12-year-old son. So it's
Oh.
like I said, even though that that's hard because I am a single parent. But I have a lot, like I said, I have a support system and stuff. So, but when
That's
I'm here on a day-to-day basis with my kids while I'm trying to stay sober, it is very much hard. It's hard. The hollering, the screaming. I get bad headaches and stuff because my head is like this right now. This girl's screaming and acting crazy,
right.
and
And that's the
I'm like
read.
in my head a lot all day
Hmm.
about different things. So it is
Right.
hard. It's hard. I really don't know how to do that part. It's just happening.
That's
So
your strength, girl. Like, listen, like I can do it. Listen,
yeah,
because I know I be in here with my daughter and my
I
niece.
don't
Like,
know.
hey.
But I will say that I think I know that helps a lot.
Mhm.
I know that helps a lot because, like I said, I have an older son as well. I have a 12-year-old son, and with him, he very much grew up with me on the bottle, like me as an active addiction. So this is very much all new to me, and I'm not there on how I do that yet. I don't know. I really don't know that part.
Yes.
So
Okay. Relationship with G. So he sent this question. Okay, it popped up, y'all. He said, I have a big discussion community with 7 community groups. One of them are a women's house and would love for you to join.
okay, you can DM me.
Yes. Send her a DM. Oh, that's deep. Listen, Instagram got all the little features and stuff.
Oh
Okay, you
yeah,
put your
let me
question in
stop.
there. That's gonna make it easier for us.
Yeah.
That question popped right up there.
Okay,
Well, that's
yeah.
more of a proposition. Geez, do you have an actual question you want to ask her about her sobriety and everything? And I'm gonna scan to see if we got any more questions up there. Hello to everybody that's joining us.
Okay.
Welcome, welcome.
Give me a second, guys.
Okay, so it says when you out with your friends, do you feel out of
Yeah,
place?
I actually just now really stopped like grouping up with my friends and still going out like to the bar. Like I may have one friend that I could, if she'll be like she want to go get a drink or something, I could go do that because most of my closest friends know like it's really like an in and out thing with me. They don't try to get me to stay, but
Okay.
I still want them to be comfortable and do their thing, so I'll go.
Hmm.
But yeah, the bar it make me like I said, now I'm in there drinking a lot of like cranberry and Red Bull,
Hmm.
and that was like me just doing it to try to still show people like I'm still da da da
Yeah, you
da.
can still be
But
social.
I do
Yeah.
not recommend it. I really don't. I wouldn't recommend still going that route. I really wouldn't because I have bad anxiety when I'm in the bar now. I have anxiety like speaking to y'all really now. I keep looking away. I'm
Really?
like I said, and I know that all of this happened with alcohol. Like a lot, I can't really like look in the people's face. I don't like being in big crowds anymore. Like I said, I was a party girl my whole life.
Mhm.
I never would have thought that I would come to find out that I barely like people. I barely like.
Yeah, and it's crazy because when you drink it, you hear I forget it's like a term, but basically like let me take a shot so I can loosen up and not be so anxious or like I don't like big crowds either. And it's so crazy that you're saying it. But when you got a drink and shit, you like real social. Like I'm a social butterfly now.
Yeah,
Ain't that some
listen, and
shit?
that was it. And I
Yeah.
quickly found out that I only was like that in addiction. I'm not
When
a
you drink,
really
yeah.
social. 9 times out of 10, I'm home right here with my kids all day. If
More of
I'm
an
not at work,
introvert.
I come right back. And like I still, my main friends I still have, but like I said, I also lost a lot of friends because me being newly sober, I didn't really know how to express it. I think I cussed a lot of people out, basically like get fucking sober with me or leave me
Believe me.
alone. And
Yeah.
hold on 1 second, I'm gonna hit the.
Okay.
But I mean, I'm still talking and stuff. I wanted to read
Okay, I actually just
how to
pinned the
turn it
next
off.
question. So it says, is your love life different now? Do you like different kind of men now that you have a sober mind?
Very much so. Not even just men, my relationships, period, but definitely my love life. I think everybody I was in serious relationships with and all of that,
Hmm.
I feel like they I had so many enablers. Down to boyfriends, girlfriends, even my dad. I had to tell him he was one of my biggest enablers.
Mm.
Um, and it's not. I wouldn't say that it's really a bad thing, but it quickly became a bad thing. Everybody that I was like in love with and just kind of let me do whatever to be around me or something. And I'm just drunk around all these people, so I really felt none of them were for me to begin with. So
Right.
yeah, love life is definitely just on pause right now.
Period. And that's okay. Listen, for everybody. Okay.
Yeah, it had to be on pause because, like I said, you really finding out a new you like
Mhm.
I'm still not even at the point where I know everything that I you know that I
Yeah,
like.
you
So
you
I
do.
don't really know who I like right now.
Right. But you got a new identity. And what's going to be so dope and a part of your journey is that you get to figure out what you actually like.
Right.
Like what you like to do. Like,
Yeah, that's the so that's I can't wait till it really gets to that part. To that part because it's hard and it's a little weird. I tell a lot of my friends a lot. I feel weird a lot. It's just like different for me, and
mhm,
it make me feel singled out sometimes, left out a lot, and
mhm.
it's just new. I feelings like I said that I didn't even care before to know.
Right. That you're actually feeling, yeah, because you're sober now. So now it's like you're much more in tune with things. And I'm sure
Yeah.
like just emotions and just everything, whether it's relationships, friendships, like
Yep.
everything hits you kind of different now.
Definitely.
There is another question here. Hopefully y'all can see it on the screen. I'm gonna read it now. It says, did your longtime friends wait, let me open this up. Okay, did your longtime friends 10 plus years move with entitlement that you assume your loyalty to them?
Hold on. One more time. Did they?
Yes. Yep. Let me go back in. Okay. Did your longtime friends 10 plus years move with the entitlement that you assume your loyalty to them?
Yeah, like I said, I lost a lot. I did lose a lot of friends, and I would say that a lot of that, most of them, had probably come from me because, like I said, I felt myself being that same person that I didn't like that my friend was to me when she was getting sober to a lot of people. So I feel like I was like harsh how I came off.
Hmm.
I started like talking shit sometimes. Oh, y'all still drinking? I still do it sometimes.
Right,
And
because
to
that's
me,
really
it's
not.
like I'm trying to tell you this because, girl, I've been through this and I don't want you to go through it. But they didn't take it
Mhm.
that way. So, yeah, a lot of people I think did feel kind of entitled too. So I had to let a couple people go. Like it get real lonely
Mhm.
when you change. It get real lonely.
But hey, if that's what helps along your journey and of sobriety and just living a healthy life for you and your babies, like shit, so be
It definitely
it. Like if that's what
helped
it gotta be.
because, like I said, I also found out like a lot of people just wasn't about to us anyway. A lot of
Mhm.
people we would never if we wasn't in those
Mhm.
addictions. And then a lot of people are just not ready, and you cannot expect. That's one of the worst things you could do is expect one of your friends or somebody to get there because you
Yeah,
there. Like that's the worst
yeah,
thing you want to
yeah.
do.
Or even try and force some, because that can, yeah,
Yeah.
can understand that too. All right,
Yeah.
I'm gonna scan the comments for some more questions to see if we missed anybody. If we did miss your question, y'all, can y'all just do us a favor and put it in the question box or just comment the question again? Okay, so somebody said, how do you handle situations now that you don't drink?
Um, I just try not to put myself in certain situations because I know it's a lot of situations that like I said, you still are you coming out of these addictions. You know, you still are you. So
Hmm.
you have to know like a lot of your ways. You still gonna have a lot of your ways, and a lot of people you feel tried a lot when you're trying to change and all of that. So
Hmm.
I try my hardest to just not put myself in a situation that I know I'm not ready to that I know I can't handle in a good way. I
Hmm.
try, but that's not to say that it doesn't happen. So when it does happen, I just now just recently just started happening. I just try to really ignore anything that's not positive and that's not feeding me for this on my sobriety journey. I
Hmm.
just try to stay away from it as much as I can. As much as I can. That's really all I have for that.
Yes, that's good though, and the best rule of thumb because I feel like just not just in general, shit. When you like, all right, I don't want to react to certain situations like that no more. Let me just exit stage left
Yeah.
and get yeah.
It has to be because, like I said, I'm a lot more emotional now.
Hmm.
So a lot of things that happen, it's like it probably wasn't even that deep, but I took it that deep
Right.
because So like I said, I really stay a lot to myself more than I ever did now. So
Yeah.
just try to avoid all of that.
Right. And that's good. And that it's just shout out to you with your self awareness. I love that. Because it's like, all right, I know what works for me now. Like, this is the life I'm on now. This is the type of lifestyle I have.
Yeah,
So, hey.
and that's the biggest thing I tell everybody. It has to be self. Like even when you try to get sober, like I said, it didn't work when me having a son, me leaving my son going to jail. None of that worked.
Mhm.
Me finding out I had health problems, me
Mhm.
me just crashing out. None of that worked. Not for my kids, not for nobody. It really just has to come a time. You have to come to terms with yourself. To fight an addiction, you have to like get it from self. It has to be all about you. You have to be selfish for a while because you have to know that you have to want to do it for you first
Mhm.
to be able to help anybody else. Like
Mhm.
I said, it's not. It really had to be a point where I had to say I can't worry about doing it for my kids right now. I can't worry about doing it for nobody. You have to know that you actually want it, and that's the only way that it works.
Right.
Because doing it for other people, and like I said, I was doing it in those programs and just trying to finish and just trying
Mhm.
to get through and trying to fake it to make it. And at the end of the day, I still was turning around every day, waking up with a hangover or blacked out somewhere I didn't know where I was
Right.
at. Putting on these masks that I was okay, but the problem was I wasn't doing it for me,
Hmm.
and that's where you have to start. You have to love yourself enough. You have to find your own self worth, your self love. You have to have all of that
Yes.
before you know.
Yes. So the next question is, you ever thought about moving away?
Yeah, when I okay, so actually when I first was like, all right, I'm gonna do this thing. I reached out to this guy on here, um Celine. He does the podcast not a podcast, like he gets on here. He talks about sobriety. He's down like Kensington and stuff. And
Okay.
I was like watching his stuff every morning. And one day I just wrote him and I was like, hey,
Okay.
can you call me? I
Yes.
don't know this guy from nowhere. He sat on the phone with me for 2 hours. Oh
Yes.
my gosh. It was the best thing in
Yes.
the world. I just talked about stuff I never told anybody. I told him things I was doing in my addiction, and it was just the most non-judgmental situation I ever been in my life.
Yes.
And I was
That's
like,
dope, though.
damn, this is talking to somebody, and he was like, right now I can help you. You can leave right now. I'll pay for you to go to,
Wow.
rehab in Florida and all of this. And what fucked me up was I have a bad, very strained relationship with my children's father. We don't speak at all or nothing.
Okay.
But I called him and I was like, would you be able to get the kids
Yeah.
so
Because
I
that's a
can
great opportunity.
yeah, and he didn't come.
Wow.
He didn't come, and I was just like trying to call different people, and I'm like, I can't ask nobody to watch my kids for 30 days. So right there, I remember I was sitting on my bathroom floor, and I just cried, and I gave up.
Mhm.
I was like, you know what, fuck it, nobody don't want to see me sober. They don't want to help me, and that's when it was just like, fuck everybody. Like it's not for nobody else. So you don't actually have
Yeah.
to go and
Yeah.
sit by when you're doing it for you. You will quickly learn you don't have to be anywhere else. I could be right here on my porch or right sitting on my couch or however it is, and because I'm doing it for me, it works.
Yes.
I didn't have to go be and read a book or have a
Mhm.
doctor talk to me or none of that. I just had to be real with myself.
And let's
Once
be
I
real.
started,
Sometimes, I mean, I have family members that did go away, that did move away, and came back, and it didn't work out. Or
yeah,
either they started getting high, or having the same addiction wherever they moved
where
to.
because that's the type of person I am. I'm an alcoholic that I don't care where we are. I'm fine in alcohol.
Right. And so the
I'm going
movement don't really matter.
yeah, I did. I used to like go in AA and NA classes sometime, and I would have I used to have little stash bottles and stuff. I'd be drinking in there. So like I said, everything just isn't for everybody.
Right.
I had to do everything with my cold turkey the hard way. I had to because that's the only way that I knew that it was real.
Right.
Yeah.
And then again, I do want to let everybody know that's just this is your testimony. So somebody else's rock bottom could be different from ours. Like no one person is the same.
Yeah. And
No one person is
it's
the same.
like just say I just want to throw in there too, like just take those signs
Hmm.
serious. Like once you waking up and you done did some stuff you didn't have no business doing it. That is a sign that something is wrong. We
Yeah.
can't don't let that happen too many times where you just like now that's your norm and
Hmm.
you can't let once you there, like you need to realize that you are probably in addiction and
Hmm.
it's best to try to get help as soon as possible because, like I said, I don't want anybody to have to go through any of the things that I had to go through. And if we could stop this from the beginning,
Hmm.
like that'll make me feel so much better about everything.
Yes. Yes.
And
Yes.
if we can, and if you already in there, we can still stop that too because I'm living testimony that we can.
Yes.
So
Yes. And just speaking to you here on the podcast, I really do feel as though this is your purpose in life to help people, like to help the next person
yeah,
and give them hope. And that's so heartwarming to see.
yep,
'Cause
it has
I
to.
know that there's people out there that didn't have like nobody to actually
Yeah.
help guide them or like just to let them know, like give them hope. Like, you can do this.
Yeah, it's people right now, and I said, and this is why Instagram was kind of like my last resort. I didn't really want to because even when I see like they have all the gossip pages and the blogs, and
Yeah.
when they're on there, and I see how people react when if a girl that was out fighting and stuff, and if she's on pills, and if they quick to throw that up, and now everybody on there, and I'm like, I want to put this out here that I did drugs and alcohol,
Mhm.
and I don't want nobody to talk about,
Yeah.
and that's another thing.
And be judgmental. Like, come
Yeah,
on.
you had that is something you would beat yourself up about
Hmm.
forever. I wanted to start a podcast. I want to write a book. I want to do so much, and I
Yeah.
kept holding myself back. Like, what's somebody going to say?
Yeah.
You have to get rid of that. You have to.
But
That's like,
you gonna get those things started. We're gonna be waiting on your podcast, waiting on your book.
yeah,
Like
it
we're
has
gonna be
to.
waiting on it.
Now
Yeah.
I just had to look at it like it's here to help somebody because I
Mhm.
cleared, like I said, I get so many DMs from just people I would never even imagine
Yeah.
that so it's like I know that I have to help somebody with it. I know that I'm going to. I know that I'm
Yes,
going to
you
help.
have been already.
Yeah.
Like even if you opening up somebody's DM and
Yep.
like just responding back and giving them some encouraging words, because just as you mentioned, social media is painted to be like this pretty thing. And so when you do, somebody could be having the same pill addiction in the blogs and it's like, damn, I don't wanna, like I don't want to admit to it, or I don't want to get help, or I'm embarrassed. And
Yeah.
it's like you can't think about those things when you in your addiction.
At all. You
Yeah.
can't, because it, as much as it is an embarrassment, it's a testimony, and it's
Yes.
it saves. It actually saves. I never, like I
Hmm.
said, I never thought to open a DM and somebody be like, just from listening to you last night, I didn't go here, I didn't go drink, I didn't, like, I loved it. Almost every day when I'm waking up,
Hmm.
somebody is DMing me about something about alcohol. I post things every day about alcohol, so I
Hmm.
get I hear people talking trash about, I get those too, but
Yeah.
the thing that I love is like, oh wow, like you really helped somebody out by just saying this,
Hmm.
and that's what
Hmm.
I'm here for. So
Yes. I love
yeah,
that.
so that's
Let's
just
see. We have any more questions? All right, I'm still scrolling. I think we answered all of the questions that's in the chat. If we
okay.
did, then y'all can put them in there. But I'm gonna move on with my question. My next question.
Yeah, go
All
ahead.
right. So my next question was: so what do you want to do to celebrate bringing in the new year and your 1 year sobriety?
So that's where the tricky thing comes in, because, like I said, I'm still at a point where I'm kind of like, I still want everybody to be comfortable and everybody to feel like they can still be themselves around me.
Hmm.
Because I do have a couple of friends that, so I don't know if it's they felt like they couldn't continue to do certain things around me, and them not even realizing, like, they kind of made me feel left out of a lot of stuff and whatever. So
Hmm.
I'm still like, oh, I'm gonna try to find a place that's mutual for everybody. If people want to drink, people want to,
Or
because
not?
I still, like I said, I still will go out and do things. And I feel like for this day, I'm going to do that one last time. And after that is where I have to snap back into being selfish. That's where I have to say, like, I'm not here to make anybody
For
else
them.
comfortable. And
Yes.
if anybody cares about making me comfortable, they wouldn't want me
So
to be in those type
in
of,
those environments. Yes.
yeah, because I
Beautiful.
did have a couple episodes I was there, and I'm like, maybe I could drink a little shot or
Hmm.
something. I even had a thought, like, when I get to my year, I can probably take. I have those thoughts a
Hmm.
lot, and I'm always having thoughts of drinking. Like I said, I drink half my life,
Right.
like on an everyday basis. So it's
Hmm.
like that is really a part of me. So I have those. So that's when my year is really about me really tapping into my selfishness in a way, like really tapping all the way into where I know I could go with this, and how I know I could potentially help others with this. So that's what I'm really aiming for, to just figure out what I'm going to do next with this. Like,
Hmm.
okay, I went through all the bad stuff for us. So now what else can we do with it? What can we do with my testimony? So
Yes.
that's what I'm really big on, figuring that out now.
Yes. Well, we heard you say your
Yeah.
podcast. We heard you mention your book. So,
Yeah.
look, one thing about me, we just meeting each other. But I'm
Yeah.
Guru. I'm gonna be listen. Hey, Guru,
You are,
you said
yes.
your podcast and your book. So when is it
Yes.
coming? When are you getting started? I'm gonna be
Yes.
checking in with you.
And I
When you
want to
doing
thank
this?
you so much, because I don't know what I think I was like, because I smoke weed, so like a little. So I think I was just smoking, and I'm sitting there. I'm like, I'm a writer, and I'm gonna just
Yes.
ask.
I was like, oh, okay, girl. Yes. Come
So I
on.
thank you so much for this, because, like I said, I was just so scared to just take off and just say anything. And like you said, it's kind of it's embarrassment a little while, because I'm still just mad at alcohol. I'm mad at the fact that anything
Yeah.
in a bottle had me
And
like
I
that.
can
So
understand it, but just
yeah,
look how everything that you've overcame, and it's just
yeah,
like this is the first year, but
yeah,
it's many more to come, and you turning it around,
yeah.
and I love that for
Yeah.
you.
And it's going to just get better and better, because now it's like
Yes,
that. I just know that that's a thing that had to be in the past.
yes,
So now it's not like I'm fighting to not do it no more. It's that I'm just fighting to figure out what to do with everything that came with it.
right, right, right. That's
Mhm.
so dope. We got another question. Okay,
Oh my
so
God.
I had my podcast for about a year and since September. 4 months. So a year, four
Yeah.
months. Yes, I am on YouTube under the same ad name, A Tall Woman's Perspective Podcast. So this is season 3, episode 1. So I got quite a few episodes on there for everybody that's joining. Y'all want to go subscribe over there and tune into the other episodes. That was a good question. Somebody else said the book is going to be live. I definitely can't wait for that. I can't either.
And that's my cousin. So he grew up with me my whole life, so he knows.
Yes, yes. Her book going to be a New York Times bestseller. We're
Yes.
stamping that here on this episode.
Thank you.
Yes, yes, yes. You did great. I just want to throw that out
Thank
there.
you.
You did great. Yes.
Thank you again for inviting me.
Yes, no problem.
And I plan
And
on being back,
yes, you
actually.
can always come back. Look, I'm like always. You're always willing to come back. Somebody asked, "Will you be able to watch this?" Yes. So the episode will be uploaded to YouTube, so you can actually go back on there. I'll be posting to let y'all know exactly when it'll be uploaded. But definitely subscribe. Follow me on here. One, subscribe to my YouTube channel to stay updated with all of the episodes. Cause this is a goodie. If y'all just now joining, y'all did miss it. Y'all missed a great episode. But it's okay.
Hey,
We'll
y'all. Thank
post
you again.
it.
And we will be back.
Yes, we will, girl. And we're gonna be looking for your podcast
Yes.
and your book. We're gonna be
All right.
looking for
Thank you so much.
Yes, no problem. And congratulations on coming up on your 1 year of sobriety.
Thank
I love
you.
that for you.
Thank you
Yes,
for
you just keep
everybody that
pushing.
tuned in. I love
Yes,
y'all. Thank you.
yes, yes.
Okay.
All right. Well, that wraps up our episode, y'all. So just make sure. Okay, so send me a DM. Listen, we got my whole. This is season 3. So season 3, episode 1. Send me a DM if y'all do want to come on the podcast. And Chrissy, let me know when you come back, girl.
Okay. Thank you. All right, girl.
You're welcome. All right, y'all. Have a good night.